Conducting an investigation into some illicit massage parlors in the city of Tuscaloosa and in Northport for about 18 months or so. And this morning was the culmination of those investigations.
A crackdown today on some West Alabama massage parlors for breaking the law.
And tonight we know that the parlor's owner has been arrested. Good evening, I'm Carla Wade.
I'm Guy Rawlings. Today, the West Alabama Human Trafficking Task Force executed search warrants at 3 massage parlors and a home as part of an ongoing investigation. According to the task force, the businesses are Tuina Massage on Skyland Boulevard, Apple Massage on Hargrove Road East, Eastern Massage on McFarland Boulevard, and a home is in Tuscaloosa.
And much like what we've seen in similar cases, the investigation started after complaints from residents and the neighboring business owners. Jianping Chen owns all 3 of these parlors, and he's charged with 4 counts of promoting prostitution.
WVTM 13's Jarvis Robertson spoke to nearby business owners who say they knew something wasn't right.
Unmarked vehicles coming in the parking lot from at least 3 different directions.
This person owns a business near one of the massage parlors raided Thursday morning.
We've noticed it the whole time we've been here.
He didn't want to be identified, but says he knew something wasn't right with the clientele of the parlor.
People parking at the other side of the parking lot and walking to the business instead of parking right in front of it or near it.
Police spent several hours at these 3 locations processing and gathering more evidence for their 18-month investigation.
This is a criminal enterprise.
Captain Phil Simpson of the task force says this isn't an open and shut case, and there are many intricacies.
We sent undercovers in to all of the different locations over this period of time, and so we were able to show a pattern of conduct. We also continued to get citizen complaints throughout that time.
Complaints from nearby businesses and even people who've patronized the massage parlors who felt a sense of unease. Captain Simpson says all of the people detained and arrested are Asian immigrants. So right now, Homeland Security is heavily involved in the case.
It's one of the things that our federal partners help us with is where did they come from? How did they get here? What is their actual legal documentation and their immigrant status? Who's holding those documents? Who's holding their money? How much are they being paid for their services?
He says besides the one arrest, they need to figure out who the victims are and how they were trafficked.
That if they step out from their trafficker, they're going to be alone. And so that's where we have to prove the coercion.
And the business owners and workers aren't the only ones in the spotlight.
We have a tremendous amount of tag numbers. We know a lot of the people that are going there on a regular basis.
Will any of those people be arrested?
That is to be determined.
So it's still going to take some time before this case comes to a close.
I didn't know what was going on. I mean, we had things that we could see that looked suspicious from time to time.
Jarvis Robertson, WVTM 13.
Hoover Police also helped in the investigation, but it's not just Tuscaloosa County. Other parts of central Alabama have seen raids on massage parlors this year as well.
Well, in May, the Shelby County Drug Task Force arrested Zhen Lang O and then Ang I-Chin Zheng and Ting Teng Chen for felony promoting prostitution. Their arrests came after search warrants were executed on Grace Spa and True Acupressure in Alabaster, Lily Massage in Chelsea, and True Acupressure in Birmingham. Investigators believe the trio was supervising, transporting, or profiting from prostitution. This investigation started as people were complaining. Business licenses for the parlors in Alabaster and Chelsea have been revoked. And then just last month in Hoover, police arrested Zhao Wei Du Chen for 2 counts of prostitution. He was the owner of Lily Massage and Angel Spa in Hoover. Search warrants were carried out at both businesses before she was taken into custody. Now, court documents say that an undercover cop went into Lily Massage and at one point rubbed his genitals during that massage as for an extra tip, and then smiled and said, "Don't tell anyone."
We'll continue to follow the investigation in Tuscaloosa County and bring you updates both on air and online. You can find more details about the prostitution arrest right now at WVTM13.com or just check the free WVTM 13 app.